Mistake with the Alpha Chapter 77. Jalen point of view. I miss Sam so much. I left the pack for over 3 days now, just because I want to clear my head. I also miss my mate. My wolf wart was longing for both. My life seems in shambles. The moon goddess that made my mate not to come knew what she was doing. Now I have a mate, and then I'm confused. I joined the workers at the site to do their minimal job. This I was doing so I would be able to clear my mind, but then I wouldn't stop thinking about my situation. Alvin and Ethan have been of great help to me as my subordinates, but then I needed the peace of my mind. The work at the construction site was going at a very fast pace, being that we are more agile than the strongest human. Looking at the massive buildings, I know that in a few weeks we will be done. Well, today, there's an important event that will make me go home. I didn't want to, but I don't have a choice here. The Lichen Prince is visiting today. He was sent to come see how we are treating the Lichens working with us. Since it's the Prince coming, I must go receive him myself. Preparation has been going on at the pack house since yesterday. Brock, the Lichen Prince, has always tried to prove to me that I'm lower to them since I'm not a Lichen by blood. Well, Brock has always tried to play rivalry with me because his father always speaks well of me and has sometimes mentioned that I am worthy to be an Alpha King. Brock is quite older, but then I see his actions as childish. I then got dressed to go to the pack house. My ceremonial clothes were at the pack house. I drove to the pack house, and Alvin and Ethan came to receive me. Just to avoid the woman who was making my life tumbler, I didn't take the main entrance. I took another door to the building where my room is located. "How is Sam?" I asked. That has always been my question every time I see them. I might not be in the pack house, but I know everything going on. Ethan had told me that Sam wanted to leave, but then Sally wouldn't let her. Her parents objected at first, but then they agreed. I wouldn't be mad if Sam decided to quit her job at the pack house, but I'll definitely be sad. I asked the reason Sally prevented her from going, but then the excuse I heard wasn't genuine at all. "She's doing fine and avoiding Allison," Alvin said. They had told me that she wouldn't even step out of the kitchen if she enters in the morning, and she would keep working till it's their closing hour. I really pitied Sam. I had told Ethan to tell Sally to let Sam go and compensate Sam for all her work at the pack house, but then Ethan gave me many reasons she had to stay, especially when everyone around already thought her to be an ally of the witch. I caused all these, so I agreed to let her stay so as to be able to protect her. "Hope Allison is not making any trouble?" I asked. "Yes, Alpha. She's as calm as the still water," Alvin replied. "That's good. Now I can go dress without having any doubt of trouble in my heart." Entering my room, I took my arm green regalia and wore it. Satisfied with myself, I sat down to wait for the show. After a few minutes, I heard Alvin's voice. "Alpha, the Prince has arrived." I stood up and went to meet him. I know even if I don't see Sam, I'll definitely see Allison. Getting out, I saw all those I needed to see already there dressing nicely. I'm always proud of my pack, being that we know how to present ourselves nicely. I stood there looking at the Prince getting down from black as Rolls-Royce with much royal pride in him. Well, I'm not freaked since I'm equally wealthy. I made sure that my pack can stand any other royalty or not. "Prince Brock," I bowed slightly. "Jalen," he said with an haughty look. He equally looked at people around me before looking back at me. Normally, he's supposed to address me with my alpha title, but then he's Brock, my rival. He always wants to show his supremacy, and I personally don't care. "Hope your trip wasn't stressful?" I asked so as to be modest and polite. Brock looked at me and chuckled. "I'm a Lichen Prince. I don't get tired," he said with pride. I rolled my eyes at him, not minding if he's looking at me. I don't know what takes him to just be polite. As planned, I invited him to the table to eat. He didn't object, but then he began to annoy me with what he was talking about, as if he is that hygienic. Getting to the dining room, the maids were already lined up in their ceremonial clothes too. This is part of the reason I adore Sally. She knows when to show off. From their head to their toes, their dress was so nice. I was so proud of them. Just them alone in the dining room lightened up the large room. Talk more about all the decorations there. I looked at Brock's face, and I saw jealousy. "Shall we, Your Highness?" I said with sarcasm. I knew he was disappointed, and I was really happy that a little smile was displayed on my lips. Then as I sat, I saw Sam standing. She reminded me of all I've been trying to avoid. She didn't even look at anyone because her head was bowed, but then her presence there heavies my heart. Don't let me forget to tell you, Allison was also accompanying me. She was dressed so beautifully, but then I decided to ignore it all. Well, I can't ignore Sam. She wasn't like Allison who was trying to get my attention. I made sure Alvin and Ethan were the ones standing beside me. I had made sure to let Alvin pass the message to her. I didn't want Brock knowing about what is happening in my pack. Soon I was distracted by Brock's annoying words. He was acting as if he was the one who gave me the project. The last time I spoke with the king, he didn't tell me that you are here to get details of what I'm constructing, I said between gritted teeth. Calm down, Jalen. I'm just trying to know if you need anything, he said, adding an annoying laugh to it. I glared at him and continued eating. I didn't have an appetite, but then that's the only thing that can distract me. We then just switched from one annoying topic to the other. I just wish this would end as fast as possible. He'll still be here for a few days, but then I won't be with him throughout. What is wrong with that maid? He then asked. I looked up to see which maid he was talking about. Who? I asked. That he then pointed in a direction. Looking in the direction, I saw he was talking about Sam. Something seems to be wrong with her. She was sweating profusely. Is she crying? Brock asked. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications to stay up to date with new videos uploaded. Also check out our next video in the series.